Let's talk about that feeling of being totally drained by your digital life. You might think you're just overloaded with information, but what if I told you it's more like you're on a junk food diet? In this explainer, we're going to get to the bottom of what's really going on inside your brain, and more importantly, give you a super clear plan to start feeling better.
You know the feeling, right? You plan to check just one little thing, and suddenly an hour is just gone. You close an app, and before you even realize it, your thumb is tapping to open it right back up again. It's almost like a reflex. If you've ever felt that magnetic pull, trust me, you are not alone. It's pretty much the default experience for all of us these days.
You know, it's easy to just blame information overload. We hear that term all the time. But what if that's not really the problem? What if it's not about the amount of stuff we're seeing, but about the quality? We're basically feeding our brains a nonstop diet of digital junk food. And that's the hidden pattern we're about to unpack. So let's completely reframe this. This isn't some tech problem we can fix with a new app or a better filter. No, this is a human health problem. And there's actually a term that perfectly captures this new diagnosis: information obesity.
And this is a really key difference. So let's break it down. Information overload kind of sounds like a computer problem, right? Too much data for the hard drive. But information obesity, that gets to the heart of the human side of things. It's not just about how much we consume. It's about our habits, the nutritional value of that info, and whether our brains can actually do anything useful with it.
So what does it mean in simple terms? Well, at its core, information obesity is when we fail to turn that flood of information into actual, useful knowledge. It's that bizarre feeling of knowing a little bit about everything, but nothing really deeply. You're just full of mental clutter. To put it simply, we're drowning in data, but we're absolutely starving for wisdom.
Okay, so what's causing this constant digital binge? It's not just about you or me having a lack of willpower. Nope, there is a massive, incredibly well-designed system working behind the scenes. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look at something called the attention economy.
Think of this as the secret engine that runs almost your entire digital life. In this economy, your focus isn't the customer, it's the product being bought and sold. Your attention is a limited resource, and there's a whole industry in a frantic, non-stop race to capture and monetize every single second of it they can.
And how do they do it? Well, they target our most basic human psychology. These things aren't accidents. They are very carefully engineered triggers. That little dopamine hit you get from a like, that nagging fear of missing out, that deep need for social validation, every single feature is designed to hook you and keep you scrolling. Just knowing that these hooks exist is the first huge step to taking back your control. For social smarts, for strategists.
Okay, so that's the problem. And I get it. Knowing the whole system is designed to hook you can feel a little discouraging. But here's the good news. We are not powerless here, not at all. It's time to talk about the solution. A really simple but powerful strategy called the content diet.
Now, this idea comes from an author named Clay A. Johnson, and he argues that we should treat information exactly like we treat food. The goal isn't to consume less, it's to consume better. It's all about swapping out those empty, sugary, digital calories for information that actually nourishes your mind. This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The parallel is perfect. A diet of sensational, low-value information doesn't actually make us any smarter. It just leaves our minds feeling cluttered, sluggish, and frankly, pretty ineffective. This right here is the key mindset shift. We're not talking about becoming a digital hermit or giving up technology. This is about empowerment. It's about making the move from being a passive consumer who's just fed whatever the algorithm serves up to being an active curator of your own mind. You get to choose what gets in. So, how do we actually do this? How do we put this into practice? Let's get right to it. Here is a simple, doable, 3-step action plan to get you started today. So here's the framework. It's super straightforward. First, we're going to clean up our digital environment to just reduce the temptation. Second, we'll build some new, more intentional habits. And third, we're going to connect our digital health back to our physical health in a way that almost nobody talks about. All right, let's start with step 1. These are all simple changes to your environment. Just moving those social media apps off your home screen adds a tiny bit of friction. A split second to ask yourself, do I really want to open this? Using grayscale mode makes your screen way less exciting to your brain's reward center. And silencing notifications? Oh man, that's a game changer. That's you deciding when it's time to engage, not your phone. Okay, step 2 is all about building mindful habits. Instead of just reacting to your phone all day long, schedule specific times for it. Give your eyes a break with the 20-20-20 rule.
And maybe most importantly, become a ruthless curator of your feeds. If an account makes you feel anxious or less than, just unfollow it. The goal here is to trade that fear of missing out for the joy of missing out on all that noise. It's so much better.
And finally, step 3. This one reveals a fascinating and seriously overlooked connection. Your physical diet has a direct impact on your mental resilience. The foods you eat can either fuel anxiety or they can help you fight it. Things that are rich in omega-3s and antioxidants, I'm talking fish, leafy greens, berries, they don't just support your body, they literally help protect your brain from the inflammation that stress causes. It's the ultimate mind-body hack for a healthier digital life.
This quote really just sums up the entire challenge perfectly, doesn't it? The whole goal of an information diet isn't to know less, it's to understand more. It's about shifting our focus away from the endless, churning stream of raw data and toward the pursuit of actual knowledge and wisdom.
So, yes, you absolutely can take back control of your attention. You can. But as we wrap this up, let's just ask a bigger question. While all these personal strategies are incredibly powerful, what responsibility do the platforms themselves have? What happens when the whole system is designed from the ground up to be addictive? Your personal information diet is a crucial first step, but it just might be one part of a much, much bigger fight.
If this touched your heart, please subscribe, like, and share it with your family. Save this for more meaningful content ahead.